The bill before us tonight doubles and sometimes quadruples the statute of limitations for landlords to go after renters, up to 20 years. I am more interested in extending the statute of limitation for victims of child sexual abuse. We have seen case after case in the news about child sexual abusers who've preyed on multiple children. In the Penn State case, 8 boys were sexually abused over a 15-year period at an institution that allowed the abusive behavior to continue even after it was reported. In the case of Dr. Nassar, involving many of the country's top female gymnasts, more than 265 victims were identified. Under Iowa law, many of these victims would not be allowed to sue. They'd be cut off from seeking justice on their 19th birthday. In a case where an Iowa child is sexually abused at school, that child would only have 5 years to sue after leaving the school where the abuse occurred. So a child who was abused in preschool would be cut off from seeking justice as early as the age of 9. I want to know why it's okay to quadruple the statute of limitation on landlords, yet we have this horrific law on our books. Not only does it hurt the child, it helps a sexual predator continue to prey on more innocent children in our state. 20 years for a landlord, 1 year for a child sexual abuse victim. In many cases, it is just 1 year for the child. That is horribly wrong. Let's not send a message out of the Iowa Senate chamber tonight that we believe landlords' statute of limitation should be quadrupled while we give victims of child sexual abuse 1 year. 1 year versus 20 for landlords. I cannot think of a single parent or person who wouldn't do all that he or she could do to try and protect our children from the horrors of child sexual abuse. A yes vote to extend the statute of limitations could prevent other children from being abused by serial predators by helping to identify previously unknown predators to the public. A yes vote gives survivors of child sexual abuse a chance at justice, and I would yield the rest of my opening comments on the amendment to Senator Kinney.
Senator Kinney, you are in order.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is something that I've dealt with in my past career. This is something that happened to one of my coworkers. They had a child who was sexually abused. We were able to convict that person of sexually abusing my coworker's son. But when it came down to it, the statute of limitations on the civil side had run out. So they were never able to sue the perpetrator or the school where this had occurred. To me, this was a very large injustice to that family. This child had many problems dealing and coping with this. And this is one of the things that his father had come to me after this had happened and after I had got elected and explained to me how there had been an injustice served to his son. I just feel that the statute of limitations should be expanded and asked for the amendment to be added. Thank you.
Is there discussion on the amendment? The chair recognizes Senator from Marshall, Senator Edler.
Thank you, Senator Petersen, for bringing this amendment forward. You know, after further thoughts on this, I agree. I think there's common ground here, and I'm going to urge my colleagues to support this amendment.
Seeing no further discussion, the chair recognizes the senator from Polk, Senator Petersen.
Thank you, Senator Edler, and I am glad to see that we may make some progress on the civil statute of limitations for victims of child sexual abuse tonight, and I'd urge a yes vote.
The senator from Polk moves the adoption of Amendment 5152 to House File 2284. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The amendment is adopted.